my unique queens, Kiana Unique here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we got another cute DIY. We're going to start with this little bag here, and we're going to need a ruler for measuring and helping us cut straight lines. We're going to use a rotary cutter. If you do not have a rotary cutter, then a pair of scissors will work just fine as long as they're fabric scissors. You're also going to need some E6000 glue. This E6000 glue is essential to getting this bag to stay together. On top of that, you're going to need, of course, as much denim as possible. Now, this denim here, I have a pair of jeans that were like capris that were not mine, and so I'm going to go ahead and upcycle these and turn it into a great purse. So what I'm doing is taking all of my seam lines out so I can get as much of this fabric as possible. So I'm going to cut off the bottom hem of it as well as the seams that go down the center side. Now the other side, I am going to use the seam ripper because I was realizing that I may be missing out on some fabric. So this part is optional. If you have a seam ripper and you're not sure if you're going to be able to have all of your fabric, then use a seam ripper to rip out the seam, and then we're going to move to the next step. Now that we have all of our fabric laid out, I decided that I wanted to do 5-inch strips for my fringe. You can definitely make it longer or shorter if you would like, but the longer the better. So as you can see, I am simply using my ruler to mark 5-inch marks all the way down the fabric so I can then just cut out my strips. I'm using my rotary cutter because it is much easier for me because I can keep the fabric laying flat. So if you don't have one of these, this is actually a great tool if you're going to be cutting fabric a lot. And I ended up cutting about 10 strips to get started. The next thing that you're going to want to do with your strips once you have them is to create your fringe slices. Now, as you can see, I have my ruler in place to make sure that I do not go past a certain point because I want that part to still be attached, and that's the part that we're going to glue to the actual bag. And I'm also using my ruler to kind of measure how wide my fringe pieces will be. Now, I don't want them exactly the same measurement, but I don't want them too far too big or too small. And I'm going to do this with each piece that I have. Now that I'm done cutting my fringe pieces, it is time to cut pieces for my straps. So I measured about 1 inch, and I'm simply going to cut the fabric all the way down. I do not know how long this strip was because I was just using what was my leftover fabric, and so I just cut 2 long strips, and I'm using one to mimic the other so that way they can be about the same size, and we're going to save this for the straps of the bag. Now that we have all our denim, it's time to get to work. I'm going to use my E6000 glue sections at a time, carefully placing it down in a row. And I'm going to make sure that I hold on to the sections that I just placed the glue on, so that way it can kind of set before I move on. And I am not putting too much glue, but at the same time I feel like it's like just the right amount. So you want to take your time and make sure you lay this down and hold it for a couple seconds to secure it in place so it won't slide as you're guiding it down. Once you get close to where the straps are, I would suggest that you go ahead and cover your straps. So what I decided to do is to place this at an angle, and I'm simply going to add a little bit of glue to the back, wrap it around, then add a little bit of glue to the front and wrap it around. And we're going to do this wrapping motion all the way around the handle, making sure that we press down on the piece that we just put the glue on and hold it in place while we're trying to wrap it around to the next section. This will help secure it, make sure that it does not slide, and we're going to do this all the way around for both straps. Once the straps are complete, you want to continue on up and finish and cover the remainder of the bag. Now I'm all the way up here at the top, and I'm making sure that I put a nice amount of glue right here at the top, but we do not want to go past the leather or fabric portion of your bag. But you want to make sure that it lines up evenly with the zipper, so that way all you see is your zipper. Now if you have a bag that's already blue in color, it would look even better, but I wanted to make sure I had a pop of color so that red zipper can really stand out in this bag, but everything else is that denim blue. So I'm taking my time to make sure that all of this leather is covered with the denim. The last and final step is to fringe your bag, to distress the strips. Now you could do this in the beginning by putting the strips in the washer and dryer, but that was kind of time consuming and I did not want to over stress my strips. So I am simply taking my seam ripper and my fingers to kind of tear away certain pieces of the fringe. Now you can sit here and do them all, but I kind of went through and chose every other and went through the rows until it was done to my liking. And we're all done. This is the finished bag. I absolutely love it. I think it is so super cute that I am going to be wearing it with everything I possibly can. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, you guys, be unique. See you next week.